Ma'am, can you say that again, ma'am?
Size.
Ma'am, the
Ah.
size of the lesion, I'm guessing would be approximately 5 to 6 centimeters. And
5 to 6
you will
centimeters.
have to take a 1.5 centimeters margin beyond distally and proximally. So it'll be 1.5 and 3 centimeters more than the actual defect, actual size of the lesion.
If DCI can give you 8 centimeters, we take from ASIs to PSIs.
Yes, sir.
So, but then your argument is that fibula is the workhorse
Yes, sir.
and you have skin to cover it,
Yes, sir.
and it's in a distinct site, and you don't have any character problems.
Yes,
You're not sacrificing an essential muscle of the anterior wall.
yes.
So, all these. So, which side fibula would you have?
Sorry, sir. It's echoing, so I can't. Sir?
Decrease the volume of your laptop, Shravan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Maybe somebody.
Echoing somewhere. Sir, I couldn't get the question.
Sorry, which side fibula will you harvest?
Yes, sir. So in this particular case, the deficit will be in the mucosal area. So I would prefer a contralateral fibula for this particular case.
Okay, if it's the DCIA, which side will you harvest?
So DCIA also it would be ipsilateral, sir.
It's the same side.
Yes.
So because the DCI will be inverted.
Yes, sir.
And the muscle will flow from below to upward.
Yes, sir.
What is the vascular anatomy of DCIA?
So DCI circumflex iliac artery is the branch of the external iliac, the direct branch of the external iliac.
It can't be branched of another artery.
Most commonly, it's external iliac.
Second common?
It's external iliac itself.
No. First is external iliac, second is
Femoral. Okay, sir.
okay. So,
Yes.
and then what are the two branches of the DCIA?
So it has a ascending branch
Excellent.
and it has a transverse.
Excellent, man. So the transverse goes to
To the bones, sir. To the
the ascending
iliac.
goes to
To the internal lobe.
Very good, Shravan. Very good. So, what is the advantage of DCIA over?
So I couldn't hear you.
Advantage of DCIA over fibula?
Cosmetic, the donor side cosmesis DCI would be better, so primarily closely.
No, I wouldn't agree with the cosmetic part because you're removing internal oblique and you're cutting off all the segmental innervation to the external oblique also.
Yes.
Because all the muscle innervation comes from the sacral plexus, sacral lumbar plexus. So you have to cut all the raising the external.
Yes.
So hernia in an old patient, COPD, chronic smoker, chronic cough, pendulous abdomen, all that is a problem. But what is the big advantage of the DCIA?
Advantage, huh?
Yeah.
So the contour of the bone would match the contour of the mandible.
Excellent answer. More importantly, you can customize the vertical height of bone that you're harvesting.
Yes.
So the fibula might not reach the occlusal ridge,
Yes.
where you want to put implants further.
Yes, sir.
The fibula might be at the basal bone itself. So you have to put a very implant which has got a big superstructure.
Yes, sir.
Whereas DCI, you can cut the bone till where you want to fit to the native mandible.
Yes, sir.
So the height of bone harvested is customizable in a DCI.
Yes, sir.
And DCI is good because it's bicortical with cancellous in between.
Yes, sir.
So it's very good for implants.
Yes, sir.
What are the drawbacks of DCI?
As the donor side morbidity, herniation.
Herniation, yeah. Tell me, so many things are there.
Sir,
I think you and I did a DCI together also.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah.
For anterior.
Ah.
So post-operative seroma, post-operative.
Very good. Excellent answer.
lymphoma.
Seroma, lymphedema, lymphoria is a big problem.
Yes, sir.
What happens to the lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh?
So there's a chance that
It
I'm
can
not
be
sure.
damaged. It
It
comes
can
from
be
the
damaged.
sacral plexus,
Yes,
travels
sir.
through the inguinal ligament and comes to the thigh. If you
Yes, sir.
damage it, patients have severe paresthesia post-op, burning sensation in the groin,
Yes,
and
sir.
it interferes with a lot of their physiological activity. So your
Yes, sir.
points are right. Abdominal wall weakness is a big issue.
Yes, sir.
Lymphoria and seroma is a big issue.
Yes, sir.
Bone pain is a big issue.
Yes,
And
sir.
lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh is another big issue.
Yes, sir.
And fifth issue is you cannot osteotomize the DCIA, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because it does not have dual blood supply.
Yes, sir.
You can only corticotomize the DCIA.
Yes, sir.
So you might not get a perfect closed osteotomy,
Yes, sir.
but it will heal well.
Yes, sir.
How do you repair the DCIA donor side?
So preferably, it should be done with layer by layer. Basically, the internal oblique should be closed first.
There is no internal oblique. You're harvesting the internal oblique.
So the remnant internal oblique to the
That's
eyelid
mesh
would
plastic.
be-
That's mesh plastic.
Sir Deepak, sir, sorry, sir, I would like to just interrupt you bit.
Sorry?
Manikumari madam wants to speak, I suppose, but every time she unmute,
I'm sorry.
everyone is
I'm very
echoing.
sorry. I can't hear what you're saying. It's just echoing.
Exactly, sir. Whenever Manikumari madam unmute, I can hear our voices coming through her. This thing. Manikumari madam, can you please use some earphones or something, madam?
Yeah, it's unmuted right now, but in between it's getting muted. It's
Yes,
fine.
madam. If you could use some earphones.
Sorry, should I mute myself? Please tell me.
No, sir. No, sir. Not you, sir. It's just coming through Manikumari madam's this thing.
Yeah, is there
Thank you.
any other? Yeah, is there with Manikumari madam? Is there any other phone there with madam? Because if two phones are close by, also, no. If two instruments are close by, also it start echoing.
I'm in an isolated room. There is nobody here and no phones are here.
Very surprising. Yeah. We'll check it.
So, Shravan, my last question is, no bone free flaps are possible.
Yes, sir.
And this is a dentate patient. He is insisting that you maintain the maxillomandibular occlusion. He
Yes, sir.
doesn't want an ALT. He doesn't want a pec major. Can you tell me some of the pedicle bone flaps that you know?
So the most common one would be a pec major with rib, sir.
Which rib would you harvest?
Fifth rib, sir.
Fifth rib. Okay. Then second option.
And then it's probably an
We have
LD.
done pec major with sternum,
Yes, sir. With the pec major itself.
with pec major, and you have the dorsal osteomyogenous scapular flap.
Okay, sir.
The middle wall of the scapula where the rhomboides is attached You can take this as a pedicle flap based on the dorsal scapula.
Okay, sir.
So these are three pedicle bone flaps. I mean, there are other pedicle bone flaps like sternocleidomastoid with clavicle.
Yes, sir.
There is temporalis with calvarium, but none of them will fit the size of defect that you have.
Yes, sir.
Would you consider putting bone graft?
It's too long a segment for a bone graft. Sir.
What's the maximum length?
6 centimeters would be okay for a bone graft. Sir.
Sorry?
6 centimeters would be okay.
So would you like cortical bone, cancellous bone, or mixed bone?
So cortical, cancellous bone.
No, cancellous will resolve very quickly.
Okay, sir.
Cortical will not integrate. Cancellous will resolve very quickly.
Okay, sir.
So ideally, it's a cortical cancellous bone that is the best for bone graft,
Yes, sir.
which you can get as in one outer table of the ileum
Yeah.
with the
Yes, sir.
cancellous bits in between, because it will resist both infection as well as resorption by enzymatic processes. So a mixed cortical cancellous bone graft is what is the best.
Yes, sir.
Cortical bone is very difficult to integrate,
Yes, sir.
and cancellous will resorb just like that.
Okay, sir.
So you have to be careful about that. So
Yes.
the whole discussion of ameloblastoma is why it recurred, what are the clinical features of a dangerous ameloblastoma, which is the pathologically most dangerous ameloblastoma,
Yes.
what is an ameloblastic carcinoma,
Yes, sir.
in your resection and reconstruction, how do you maintain maxillomandibular relationships,
Yes.
how you'd plate the patient,
Yes.
and what your choice of flaps would be.
Yes, sir.
I don't think beyond this they will go into any anything. Shrikant wants to ask a question. Please, Shrikant, anytime. Can you unmute Shrikant?
Sir can unmute. He'll only. Yeah.
Can I? I didn't know.
Only
that.
sir, only Shrikant sir will be able to unmute. So.
Okay. I just got a pop-up message. Shrikant, are you there? Shrikant?
Yes.
Shrikant sir, please ask your question, sir. So you can unmute yourself, sir.
I'm sorry, Shrikant, I'll try to.
Unmute himself. Or Shravan,
I don't think
I
anybody
won't be able
can
to unmute him, sir.
I think
Sir will have to do
Shrikant
it.
sir can only unmute himself.
Yeah.
Shrikant, could you please unmute yourself? I'm trying to unmute you, but that option is.
Deepak, you will not be able to do. Only sir will be able to do himself.
Oh, okay.
So I can't unmute him, sir.
Yeah. It's only sir will be able to unmute. Yeah.
Just wait a second, Shrikant. Sir will unmute you.
Only Shrikant sir will be able to unmute.
He said he can't do it himself.
No, sir. It's saying I can't.
Shrikant, can you put your question in the chat box? I'll answer it right now. We'll all answer it right now. Sir is there, madam is there. Can you put it in the chat box? Yeah, 6 centimeters is what people have tried maximum for OKC and all that. But you have to remember that when you put a 6 centimeter bone graft, your bed should be very vascular. The bed that you put that bone graft should be very vascular. If you're doing a second surgery, third surgery with curettage and all those things, that bone graft, and then you have to cover the mucosa over the bone graft. If any saliva leaks to the bone graft, it will get infected. So my upper limit is 2 centimeters only for bone graft. Only 2 centimeters, because the larger bone graft that you give, the more time that it's going to get to integrate. But you have to make sure saliva doesn't seep into that cavity, and you should make sure that it's a well vascularized bed. Unfortunately, in head and neck, when you resect the mandible, you take the mylohyoid and the sublingual glands also along with your specimen. So your bone graft is basically floating in the neck. There is no vascular bed for it to draw blood supply from. So it is all very nice to say people have done 6 centimeters, 5 centimeters with bone graft, but if you do a proper resection, there is no bed for that bone to rest on. And in a couple of months, it will come out as a sequester on the oral cavity. That has been my experience. I'll ask sir to do that further thing. Sir, what do you say, sir, ma'am?
Adamantinoma, do you remove the mylohyoid?
Ma'am, we still cut it because it's still attached to the mandible on the lingual aspect. And there's a big hole between the oral cavity and the neck. So I have only done 1 centimeter bone graft for small ameloblastoma. Even that didn't take, ma'am.
Okay.
It's good for fractures where you're doing just one intraoral incision and you want to put back some bone chips and then put a recon plate and come out. But in other cases, it just doesn't work.
Dr. Deepak, Srikanth.
Sorry, can you be a bit louder, please?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Dr. Srikanth?
Srikanth, tell me, Srikanth, sorry.
Yeah, the mic came on. Yeah, what I implied was, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Srikanth. Please stop.
Okay. Most of the students seem to take the 6 centimeter as an absolute, if it is 6.1, you can't take, if it is 5.9, you can. What I understood is, if you have a very good mucosal closure, and you have a rigid fixation of the bone graft covered by local vascular tissues, it should not do bad.
Your point is absolutely correct. You should have vascular tissue to close it. Just a layer of mucosa won't help.
And this is obviously, if a vascularized bone graft is not an option.
Correct. Srikanth, you're absolutely right. Rigid fixation, vascular bed, vascular cover. If these three things are satisfied, a cortical cancellous bone graft is acceptable.
And I think also rigid fixation
is very important, because rigid fixation, what it does is it allows for micro movement at the edges of the fixation.
Mm-hmm.
So what it does is it causes callus formation between the static bone and the dynamic bone.
Yeah.
And once the callus forms, the static bone will get revascularized. That is the whole physiology.
Yeah.
If you have semi-rigid fixation with mini plates or any of that other nonsense, you won't have that micro gyration between the normal mandible and the bone graft that you're placed. So there will be no blood flow into that static graft that you have placed. You're absolutely right. Rigid fixation, a good bone bed, vascular bed, and a good vascular cover will make a bone graft successful.
Thank you, Deepak.
This is actually a very, 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 very critical point that people should know. Because in many instances, they forget the rigid fixation and they forget the vascular cover. You closing 1 millimeter mucosa over the bone graft, it will extrude in weeks. You need a vascular cover over it, thick vascular cover over it. And the rigid fixation with the recon plate is absolutely essential. Only then they'll flow across the segment. Srikanth, thank you so much for putting on this point.
Yeah, exactly, Dr. Deepak and Dr. Srikanth. Rigid fixation is absolutely a must, because in this milieu, especially in the oral cavity with a lot of anaerobic flora and other things, vascularized bed as well as a vascularized cover is also very important.
Very important. Srikanth, big thanks for bringing out this point, because a lot of people think by just putting a bone graft, everything is solved, but they don't understand the basics of that. So
No, no,
it's good that you.
actually, my reason for bringing this up is even when I talk to our PGs, they decide on the requirement for a vascularized bone graft just based on the size of the defect. And
No,
if
no,
it's
no, 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 no,
more
no.
than
You're
4
right.
or 6, they say you need vascularized. I don't think
You're
that is
right.
entirely true.
No, no, it's not. It's
Second
not.
thing is, they need to make a distinction of whether it's been done for a benign condition or a
Or a
malignant
malignant
condition.
condition. Correct.
So
Absolutely.
all these factors have to come in.
Absolutely. See, this is very, 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 very important, Srikanth. I cannot stress the importance of this point because it is it's a difference between getting away with minimum
Yeah.
with doing the wrong thing.
Yes.
Why would you
Yes.
do a fibula for a 2 centimeter defect or a 3 centimeter defect where your bed is healthy and you've got rigid fixation and you have vascularized tissue to cover it? Why would you waste a patient's fibula?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You know, you need to remember that you have all the other underlying factors are well in place.
Yes.
And then you do the graph. It will definitely take. There'll be no problems with the graph take at all. But if you forget the basic prerequisites, then the graph failure is for granted. We have to accept
True,
that
true.
it will pop out in the modal cavity in 3 months and the patient will
Yeah,
be
true.
cross piece. That is there. Thank you, Srikanth. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You're very kind. Thank you so much.
Dr. Deepak,
Sir?
Dr. Deepak, sir, you're online, yeah. Because
sir.
just want to bring out only one this one, because nowadays people say that for recurrence of amyloblastoma,
Sir.
they put some drugs and all, like imatinib or whatever it is. Our medical oncologist.
No,
Do you use
No, sir.
those kind
No,
of
sir.
things?
We
Yeah.
do a lot of amyloblastomas. We have never.
Yeah,
put-
that's why I asked you.
No, sir.
Because we do ameloblastomas very rarely, and most of the times, we don't. We get recurrence sometimes, but we once again we do the surgery only. But
No,
nowadays
sir.
they say that
It's
you can
not a
put them on
tumor, sir. Actually,
imatinib
sir.
and things.
No, sir.
So I
It's too
was.
much, sir.
It is only an aberration of the enamel
Exactly, sir.
epithelium. That's what.
And if it's periepical, it's the cell rest of series.
Yes,
Sir, this
yes.
logic is okay if you're talking about OKC because OKC has
yeah.
got metaplastic
Yeah.
potential, has got desmoplastic potential, a lot of those things. But
Yeah.
no, sir. Most of the amyloblastomas who have recurred are poorly managed.
Only managed.
Because
Locally
they've
recurrent
given-
only. They are locally
So,
recurrent.
exactly, sir. And
Locally recurrent.
amyloblastic carcinoma is such a rare entity,
Rare
sir.
entity.
I think it's just that they don't understand the pathology that is a soft tissue problem, and you have to exercise the soft tissue also adequately. They don't realize that, and they end up with recurrences. So I don't think we need to do medical oncology and all for this, sir. It is just stretching the limits of medical oncology, actually.